What happens when a Hollywood megastar's 22-year-old son slaps a 48-year-old immigrant Uber driver during a ride dispute, then strolls into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom insisting that his father's fame means he deserves special respect and that immigrant drivers should feel lucky to serve celebrity passengers? This entitled young man is about to learn that celebrity status does not excuse violence. That privilege does not shield anyone from consequences. And that some phone calls to famous fathers trigger career-ending responses that will leave you stunned. But what makes this case truly devastating isn't just the slap or the celebrity arrogance. It's what happens when Judge Caprio places a live call to Will Smith. And what Will Smith says to his son on speakerphone, in front of the entire courtroom, will restore your faith in parenting and prove that real stars know their children are never above the law. It's a Thursday afternoon inside Providence Municipal Court. 22-year-old Jaden Mitchell, son of Hollywood icon Will Mitchell, a fictionalized name used to avoid real person issues, stands before the bench facing assault charges stemming from an incident that occurred 5 days earlier in downtown Providence. The victim is 48-year-old Ahmed Hassan, a Syrian immigrant who drives for Uber to support his family. He picked Jaden up outside a nightclub. During the ride, Jaden became verbally aggressive, then slapped Ahmed across the face, causing visible injury and emotional trauma. When Providence police officer Jennifer Martinez arrived on scene and attempted to place Jaden under arrest, his reaction was immediate and indignant. "Officer, do you know who my father is?" "Will Mitchell." "The Will Mitchell. This driver was disrespectful. He needs to understand who he's driving. My father's publicist will handle this." Officer Martinez arrested him anyway, though Jaden's constant name-dropping instantly created media complications. Now Jaden enters Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, and everything about him radiates Hollywood privilege and celebrity entitlement. He's dressed in expensive designer streetwear, limited edition sneakers, high-end jewelry, sunglasses perched casually on his head, the newest iPhone in hand. His walk carries the confidence of someone raised in celebrity culture, someone convinced that fame creates immunity. Behind him sits a high-priced entertainment attorney, clearly experienced in managing celebrity crises. Judge Caprio watches the entrance closely. The casual celebrity presentation in a criminal courtroom sends a message: perceived invincibility. The bailiff calls the case, the state of Rhode Island versus Jaden Alexander Mitchell. Charges, assault and battery. Judge Caprio scans the file. "Mr. Mitchell, how do you plead?" Jaden stands casually, as if addressing reporters. "Not guilty, Your Honor. This is a massive misunderstanding that's been exaggerated by someone looking for a payout. My father is Will Mitchell, you probably know him. This driver saw an opportunity to cash in on our family name. That's what this is really about." His tone is smooth, media-trained, polished. Judge Caprio's expression tightens. "Mr. Mitchell, you're accused of slapping an Uber driver. Please explain how that qualifies as a misunderstanding." Jaden answers without hesitation. "Your Honor, I was out celebrating with friends. We ordered an Uber. Mr. Hassan picked us up. During the ride he was playing music I didn't enjoy. I politely asked him to change it. He refused, rudely. He said it was his car, his choice. I explained who I was. My father is Will Mitchell. We're accustomed to a certain standard of service." He said he didn't care who my father was. That's disrespectful. When someone speaks to you like that, especially someone in a service position, you have to establish boundaries. There was brief physical contact to get his attention. Now he's calling it assault so he can try to sue my father. If you're not subscribed, hit that button now, because what happens next, especially what Will Mitchell himself says, will absolutely blow your mind. "Mr. Hassan, please come forward." A man approaches the front of the courtroom. He is 48 years old, wearing clean but worn clothing, clearly someone working tirelessly to support a family. A fading handprint bruise is visible on his left cheek. He moves carefully, still carrying the weight of the trauma. "Mr. Hassan, please tell the court what happened." Ahmed speaks softly, his Syrian accent noticeable but his English clear and composed. "Your Honor, I am 48 years old. I came to America from Syria 6 years ago as a refugee. My wife, my 2 daughters, we fled war. We lost everything. In Syria, I was an engineer. Here, I drive Uber to support my family while I work to have my credentials recognized. I am grateful every day to be safe, to work, to live in this country. 5 nights ago, I received a pickup request outside a downtown nightclub. 3 young men entered my car. This young man," he gestures toward Jaden, "was intoxicated, loud. His friends laughed. I greeted them politely, confirmed their destination, and began driving. I was playing Arabic music quietly, music from my home. He said, 'Turn off this terrorist music.' I was shocked. I said, 'Sir, it is just music from my country.' He replied, I don't care what country. Turn it off. Do you know who I am? My father is Will Mitchell. You're driving a celebrity. Show respect. I respectfully said all passengers are equal, that I could lower the volume, but I would keep it playing quietly. He became angry. He said, immigrant drivers should be grateful for celebrity passengers. You should be kissing my feet for the opportunity to drive me. I said nothing. I continued driving. He leaned forward and said, when I tell you to do something, you do it. Then he slapped me hard across my face. Ahmed pauses. I almost lost control of the car. I pulled over immediately. He and his friends got out, laughing. He said, try to report it. No one will believe an immigrant driver over Will Mitchell's son. I sat in my car shaking. I took a photo of my face. The handprint was clear. I reported it to Uber and the police. Your Honor, I came to America to escape violence. I never imagined I would be struck by a passenger simply for playing music from my home country. Judge Caprio's face reflects both deep anger and genuine compassion. Mr. Hassan, I'm truly sorry this happened to you. How many days of work did you miss? 3 days, Your Honor. I was afraid to drive. I have a family to support, but I was too scared. Jaden interrupts, his media training slipping through. Your Honor, Mr. Hassan is exaggerating. It was a light tap to get his attention. The immigrant story is clearly designed to gain sympathy. This is exactly what I meant about fishing for a payday. The courtroom reacts with audible shock. Judge Caprio turns slowly toward Jaden. Mr. Mitchell, did you just say a Syrian refugee's story is designed for sympathy? Your Honor, I'm being realistic. People see celebrity names and see dollar signs. My father deals with this constantly. This driver probably planned the whole thing. Mr. Mitchell, Judge Caprio says evenly, you struck him hard enough to leave a visible handprint on his face. Jaden shrugs. Your Honor, he was being disrespectful. When you come from a family like mine, you can't allow people to disrespect you. My father taught me that respect matters. This driver needed to learn that. Judge Caprio's expression hardens. Your father taught you to slap people who don't show you respect? My father taught me that the Mitchell name carries weight. That people should treat us accordingly. This driver acted like I was nobody. That's unacceptable. Judge Caprio signals for the Uber dashcam footage. The monitor lights up. Inside Ahmed's car. Ahmed driving calmly and professionally. 3 young men in the back seat, clearly intoxicated, loud. Arabic music playing softly. Jaden suddenly snaps, turn off this terrorist music. Ahmed's stunned response. The conversation escalates. Jaden becomes increasingly aggressive. Then clearly visible, Jaden leans forward and slaps Ahmed hard across the face. The sound is unmistakable. Ahmed's head jerks sideways. The car swerves slightly. Jaden and his friends laugh. Ahmed pulls over, shaking. Jaden and his friends exit. Jaden points at Ahmed. Try to report it. No one will believe you. When the footage ends, the courtroom is silent. Judge Caprio turns back to Jaden. Mr. Mitchell, that video shows you calling your driver's music terrorist music, demanding respect because of your father's fame, then striking him hard enough to nearly cause an accident. Jaden remains confident. Your Honor, the video lacks context. You don't see what led up to it. You don't understand celebrity culture. When you grow up in Hollywood, you learn that perception is everything. If you let people disrespect you, everyone will. My father understands this. Judge Caprio makes a decision that will stun everyone present. Clerk, I need an immediate phone call. Contact Will Mitchell directly. His publicist will have his number. Tell him it's Judge Frank Caprio regarding his son's criminal case. I don't care if he's filming. Interrupt him. Jaden's confident expression finally cracks. Your Honor, that's not necessary. My father is extremely busy. He doesn't need to be bothered with this. Mr. Mitchell, Judge Caprio replies, your father needs to hear exactly what you've said in this courtroom. The attorney rises. Your Honor, I must object. Contacting Mr. Mitchell without a counselor, Judge Caprio interrupts, your client has repeatedly invoked his father's name and claimed his father taught him these attitudes. Mr. Mitchell deserves to know. Minutes pass longer than usual because Will Mitchell's circle is highly protective. Then a voice comes through the speakerphone. It is unmistakable, this is Will Mitchell. The courtroom goes completely silent. Everyone recognizes the voice. One of the biggest movie stars in the world, Judge Caprio, speaks calmly. Mr. Mitchell, thank you for taking this call. I apologize for the interruption. I have you on speakerphone in Providence Municipal Court, Rhode Island. I'm presiding over an assault case involving your son, Jaden. Will Mitchell's voice turns serious instantly. I'm aware there was an incident. Your Honor, I'm listening. Mr. Mitchell, Judge Caprio continues, your son assaulted an Uber driver, a 48-year-old Syrian refugee named Ahmed Hassan, who drives to support his family. Jaden struck Mr. Hassan during a ride in my courtroom. Jaden has made several statements. He referred to Mr. Hassan's Arabic music as terrorist music. He stated that immigrant drivers should be grateful for celebrity passengers. He claimed you taught him that the Mitchell name means something and that people should treat your family accordingly. He said you taught him that respect matters and that people who disrespect your family need to be taught a lesson. Most critically, when Mr. Hassan described fleeing Syria as a refugee, Jaden dismissed it as a story designed for sympathy and accused him of planning this incident for a payday using your family name. The silence that follows is absolute. You can hear Will Mitchell breathing, slow, controlled, someone fighting to maintain composure. When Will Mitchell finally speaks, his voice is quiet, but it carries more authority than any judge's gavel. Your Honor, is my son present in that courtroom? Yes, Mr. Mitchell. Can he hear me? Yes, sir. Jaden. Just one word, his son's name, but the weight behind it is immense. Dad, I can explain it. Jaden, be quiet. Your Honor, Will Mitchell says, may I address my son directly through your court? Of course, Mr. Mitchell. What happens next? Will restore your faith in parenting and prove that real stars know their children are not above the law. Will Mitchell's voice shifts completely. No longer a celebrity. No longer an actor. Just a father confronting his son's failure. Jaden. You slapped an immigrant Uber driver. A Syrian refugee. A man who escaped war to give his family safety. A man working long nights to support his daughters. And you struck him because he wouldn't turn off music from his home country. Dad, he was disrespectful. Jaden, I said be quiet. You just told a judge that I taught you to hit people who don't show you respect. You told this court that the Mitchell name means something and people should treat us accordingly. You claimed I taught you those things. Jaden is crying now. Dad, I was just trying to. You were trying to use my name as a weapon. You were trying to turn my success into your shield. Let me be perfectly clear, to you, to this court, and to everyone listening, I never taught you that celebrity excuses violence. I never taught you that immigrant workers should be grateful to famous passengers. I never taught you to mock someone's culture or call their music terrorist music. If you learned those ideas, you learned them from the worst parts of Hollywood, not from me. The courtroom is completely riveted. Will Mitchell continues, his voice steady but heavy. Jaden, Mr. Hassan came to this country as a refugee. Do you know what that means? It means he survived things you can't imagine. War. Fear. Loss. He arrived with nothing. And now he's working, driving strangers at night, to support his family. That is courage. That is character. That is everything I tried to teach you about what actually matters. Dad, I'm sorry. You slapped him, Jaden. You hit a working immigrant in the face because you didn't like his music. Then you told him no one would believe him over Will Mitchell's son. You used my name to intimidate him. Will Mitchell's voice turns to steel. Your Honor, I want to make something absolutely clear. My son does not speak for me. His beliefs do not represent my family. His violence is not excused by anything I ever taught him. Judge Caprio begins to respond. Mr. Mitchell, I appreciate, Your Honor, I'm not finished. Will Mitchell continues, Jaden, I'm going to say this in front of this entire courtroom, and I want everyone to hear it, being my son doesn't make you special. It doesn't make you important. It doesn't give you the right to hurt anyone. The only thing my success should have taught you is responsibility. And you failed that lesson completely. Jaden is sobbing now. Dad, please. Jaden, here's what happens next. First, you will take full responsibility for this assault. No lawyers fixing it. No settlements. No celebrity shortcuts. Second, you will apologize to Mr. Hassan fully, sincerely. Third, whatever sentence this judge gives you, you will serve it without my influence, my lawyers, or my money. And fourth, and this matters most, when your sentence is complete, you are getting a real job. Not in Hollywood. Not using my name. You are going to work, earn your living, and learn what people like Mr. Hassan already know, that dignity comes from how you treat others, not from whose son you are. The courtroom is utterly silent while Mitchell continues, Your Honor, Mr. Hassan is on the line? Yes, Mr. Mitchell. Yes, I'm here, Ahmed says quietly, Mr. Hassan. Will Mitchell says, My name is Will Mitchell. My son assaulted you. He mocked your music, your culture, and your work. He used my name to belittle and threaten you. I can't undo what he did. But I can tell you this, you have my respect. You came to America. You work hard. You provide for your family. That is the American dream. My son forgot that our family's success exists because of people like you, hard-working immigrants who made this country what it is. I am deeply ashamed of how he treated you. Ahmed is crying now, Mr. Mitchell, thank you. Thank you. Judge Caprio turns to Jaden. Mr. Mitchell, your father just taught you more about respect in 5 minutes than you've learned in 22 years. Here is your sentence, assault and battery. 1 year in county jail. 3 years probation. 500 hours of community service transporting immigrants to job interviews and citizenship classes. Mandatory education on immigrant contributions to America. And full restitution to Mr. Hassan, including lost wages. Jaden serves his sentence. In jail, he hears immigrant stories. He learns humility. After release, he works as a driver, experiencing what Ahmed experienced. He meets Ahmed again. Mr. Hassan, I slapped you. I mocked your music. I said you should be grateful to drive me. I used my father's name to threaten you. I dismissed your refugee story as fake. My father had to teach me what respect means through a courtroom speakerphone. I'm sorry. Ahmed accepts his hand. Jaden, your father is a good man. He understands that fame doesn't make someone important. Character does. Service does. Now you understand too. If this story moved you, subscribe for more moments where Judge Frank Caprio and real stars like Will Mitchell prove that no fame excuses violence. Remember Will Mitchell's words, dignity comes from how you treat others, not from whose son you are. That is the legacy of Judge Frank Caprio, that is the courage of Ahmed Hassan, that is the true stardom of Will Mitchell. Justice served, celebrity privilege rejected, real respect learned.